Hi, I'm Makai Woods.
And I'm Ami Woods. And this is our story. All right, so you going to tell them? You going to tell them how we...
You go ahead and tell them. You go ahead and tell them.
So
there I was. I was in the courtyard. And this photographer, she seen me. She was like, oh my God, that's Makai Woods. Oh my God, Makai Woods. He is so awesome. He's got big muscles. He's a football player.
That's a
and I threw for like 2 million yards or something.
Millions of yards? You're doing the most.
So anyway.
Okay, listen. No. You're doing the absolute most. This is how we met.
Oh my goodness.
It was orientation at Georgia Tech. And I believe there was a school photographer. She was going around taking pictures for the brochure, and she happened to notice Makai.
As I said.
Okay.
Can I finish?
Go ahead.
Thank you.
Go
So
ahead.
there I was, being awesome, and she seen me. And so she was like, I want to take a picture of you. You're so amazing. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do that for you. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to do something else for you. You know, I want someone else to be in this picture with me. So I was looking around. I was like, I'm Makai Woods. I can get pretty much anyone that's out here to take a picture with me. But anyway, I seen her.
Gosh.
She was over there looking fine. I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, you, come here. I want you to take a picture with me.
And this is actually the story of how I became a casualty of his ego. So that's what this is about, really. Anyway, he pulls me into the picture, and we snap a quick picture, and then he goes,
like, you know, what you doing later? You know, I was like, she's looking fly there. She's, you know, looking like she should be with me. I'm like, maybe we should take some more pictures together. You know, I'm like, what are you doing later on?
I was meeting with my man. That's what I was doing later on. Yes, we had dinner plans, and that was no. So we were done.
So I would see, you know, Amy around the campus, all over the place. You know, like, man, she is so fine.
He was stalking me.
So deserves to be with me. You know,
deserved. You were stalking me.
But anyway, you know, I was like, she looked fine. I seen she was with her man and everything. You know, I was like, she's got to be a good woman, because, you know, there's no way she could see me and stay with her man.
Oh my gosh.
You know, but whatever.
You do the most all the time. All the time.
So, which, my truth is true. You know what I'm saying?
Anyway, so yeah, I mean, I would see him around campus, and I'm gonna be honest. I honestly thought that with him being, you know, the jock, he's all really beaming around school and doing this whole thing. He's the big, what's your name?
Man, macho, Hercules. What do you want to call it?
Whatever. Anyway, the new guy on campus, new big shiny star on campus. I was
amazing.
Honestly thinking that I was going to see, you know, more girls around, a different flavor of the week. But one thing I did notice, he always had his head in the books. I don't think people knew that he's a nerd. He's a nerd deep down. What'd you go to school for? Go ahead, tell him what you went to school for.
Chemical and biomolecular engineering.
Exactly. Which is nerd.
What did you go to school for?
I went to school for industrial design.
Yeah,
which
that sounds kind of nerdy.
It's not really nerdy. I'm not as much of a nerd as you are, but the thing is I worked a lot with my dad. I am like one of 4 girls, and I am the least girly out of all of them. Like, I'm second to the baby. So, I was always under my dad, and he had his own garage where he built cars and modified cars, and I was always there. So, if I need to replace a transmission, I got you. I got it.
Well,
I can handle that.
That's pretty awesome. So my story is just a little bit different than that. I grew up it was just me and my mom. Single mom. She was always working really hard. Sometimes she had 3 and 4 jobs at the same time. So I always wanted to do something that was going to, help take care of her. So I was like, I can be a football player. I want to be a football player, go to the NFL maybe, but then I wanted to make sure, just in case football didn't work out, so I was like, maybe I can be a doctor. So I was like, also I was like, I really want to do everything that doctors had to do. So it's like, maybe I can be a person that, that made the medicine for the doctors, So that's how I ended up in chemical biomolecular engineering. All right, so my junior year now, I'm walking around campus and I'm noticing, that I'm seeing a lot of the guy that Amy was dating, but I don't see a whole lot of Amy, and I'm seeing him walking around with other girls and everything like that. I'm like, well, maybe, I don't know, where's Amy? But, shortly after that, I ran into Amy someplace, and she let me know that they are in fact, engaged to be married. And I'm like, she shows me this little tiny biomolecular size ring on her finger.
Oh my gosh.
And
anyway, let's refocus. The reason I wasn't on campus is because I was a dorm leader, and so I decided, okay, I have my own room. I'm gonna spruce up the place a little bit, make it look nice. And so I redid my room, and some of the girls in the dorm saw my room and just kind of went from one person to the next. Somebody wanted me to do their room, so I go do the room, and somebody else sees that room, and then it got so big that to where Georgia Tech was like, hey, we're gonna do a write-up on you, we're gonna do a article. And so I got noticed by some people over in UCLA from that article, and so I went out to UCLA and started doing dorms out there. But like my big break, where I really just kind of like blew up, was there was a certain celebrity who saw some of my work, and she's like, listen, my daughter is going to college, she's staying home, but I wanted to have that college feel, that dorm feel. So I went to her house, and let me tell y'all, that place was so laid, like it was so nice. Anyway, I went in there and did my thing, and that was kind of like the turning point where I realized this is what I'm passionate about. Like this is my groove. This is where I need to be. So I just kind of started working my business from there, and that's where I was, doing my thing, working my business, making moves, living life.
Yeah, well, my story is a little bit different than that. Yeah, so that's pretty amazing and everything. I was, still being a big football star on campus, and, I'm still in my junior year, and I'm on my last football game of the season. And there I was on the 50-yard line. All we needed was 3 more points to win the game. And, I'm right there. I'm lined up. I get the ball, and I see I got a wide open lane to the right. So I run up to the right, and there I'm going. I'm down the field. No one can catch me. I'm on the 40. I'm on the 30. I'm on the 20. I'm on the 10. And then, BAM! Dude ran right into my knee.
Yikes.
I just knew right then that nothing was going to be the same again. So I felt something pop. I tried to stand on it. I couldn't put anything on it. I knew my life was changed forever. So going from that point on to where I am, I started working out, started, exercising, started, getting into nutrition really heavy, trying to find a way back to football. But eventually I had to realize that, going through this phase, just trying to get back to football was taking me to a deep place that I didn't want to stay in. So I had to let football go. So that's when I ended up starting a gym. You know, in that gym, we had a side where you can go work out. You had personal trainers, and we had a side where you can go and get your protein mixes and your meal plans and everything else. So, you know, we were just blowing up, you know, and everything was getting better. On top of that, we had I opened up a restaurant to where people can go and get their healthy meals and everything else. Business is booming, you know, business is awesome. All right, so, you know, after I started the business and everything, I had finished up school and everything, got my degree. And about 2 years went by, and a friend that we had from school gave me a call, and, you know, he wanted me to be a part of his wedding. So, you know, he asked me to be a part of his wedding, and I was like, you know what, for you, I got this. So I'm standing up on stage, and I start looking out over the crowd, you know, because I'm single. But and I see this dude walk in, you know, and it was the guy that Amy was engaged to, and he's walking in. He has some other girl on his arm. I'm like, that's not Amy. Where's Amy at? You know, so I'm like, she's probably looking for me. But anyway.
No.
So you know, I don't see her. So I'm up there, and I'm really wanting to go. The wedding's over. I'm wanting to go. Talk to my friend. He's like, no, don't go. I want you to, you know, you got to go to the reception. You know, they got to announce you and everything. So I was like, all right. He said, but I can go afterwards. So I go to the reception, and, you know, I sit down for a second, and I see her. Like, there she is. Like, still looking, you know, fly as ever. You know, sitting over in the corner. You know, so I'm like, you know, let me, you know, wait just for a second, see if she's there with anybody. So, you know, the dance floor starts filling up and everything. So I'm like, well, this is my opportunity. So I walk over to her. I'm like, hey, what's up? You know, I see he's on the dance floor, and he's over there with somebody else. So who are you here with?
And I was solo. I was riding solo, and I told him, you know, I'm here by myself. I'm you know, doing the whole solo thing. And he tells me,
not anymore.
And when I tell you, this dude, first of all, this was like a really, really dark time for me. And so, like, I see him, I'm at this wedding. Weddings are already really emotional for single women, of course. But he took me out on that dance floor, and you know how somebody can come along and kind of like heal you without you even knowing that they're healing you. That's what he did. And so we've just kind of, when I tell you, we've been together since that day, every day. And don't let him fool you. Don't get caught up in the ego. He called me every day. Every day. He still calls me every day. Okay? Don't get caught up in this. Okay? Yeah. But yeah, that's how it happened. And so we danced all night long, and he made me completely forget about what's his face.
Of course. Of course. That's what I do. No more tiny rings.
Whatever.
My favorite story about us was the day I proposed.
Oh my gosh. The drama.
Yes, the drama.
So it was literally like the most chaotic day of my entire life. My car got broken into. And this was before we had everything online and debit cards and all that. So I had cash deposits. I had, you know, credit card numbers. I had my contacts, my celebrity contacts, because, you know, we didn't have smartphones. So we were carrying around those address books. And all of that got stolen. My car got broken into, I got stolen, and I come outside and see my car a mess. All of my stuff gone, and the first person I call is Makai. And I'm hysterical, and I'm screaming, and I'm like, Makai,
yes,
help me. So the first thing he does is he comes over, he drops everything. And
so I go over to her, you know, and I'm like, okay, baby, it's okay. I know your car was broken into, but my main concern was that you're okay. My main concern is that you're okay.
That's sweet. So he swooped in like my knight in shining armor, and he called the insurance company. He called the police. He even coordinated getting my car fixed, everything.
To be honest with you, my main concern was that you were okay, but knowing that you were in distress actually put me at ease, because I knew what I had to do. I knew what I was supposed to be doing. So, I know that me being there calmed you down, but you being distraught actually calmed me down, because I knew that later on that day I was going to propose, and I was really nervous. So yeah, I told her to go ahead and get dressed. I'm going to take you out. I want to take your mind off of this and everything. So
yeah, he took me to my favorite spot. It's really
Applebee's.
I do not Applebee's. What you think oh my gosh.
So anyway, we went to
it was a really nice sushi place.
It was a really nice sushi place. And we had a really good time.
Yes, me being distraught did help you, because the first line of his proposal, he came out the gate. I'ma always protect you.
Hey, yes, and I will always protect you.
That's how you sound.
There's no mistaking that Amy is strong.
I am, yes. But, however, it is nice to have someone who has your back, who will take care of you and protect you. Like, I don't have to be strong all the time. I can just kind of fall into my place and let you handle stuff. It's a relief to have someone who can take care of you.
Yes, I was relieved. Because when I asked the question, it was kind of long in between that question and that answer.
Gosh.
It was way too long.
Well, I took so long because I was thinking, we've only been dating for 6 months. Is this dude really asking me to marry him? Are you for real?
Well, if you factor in the fact that I've loved you since college orientation, I feel like the timing is just right.
Okay. Touche, Mr. Woods.